we have new markets opened in 2023 and 2024, China, Japan, and India. And in 2024, last year, the first sea freight shipments went to all of these markets. So it is possible to export to these markets, and we're looking forward to growth this year. And I think especially in China, there is a large opportunity for us over time. It will not be that we move big volumes out of the UK and Russia, first of all, going into China, but it is likely that that market will grow slowly with South African supply according to the growth in the market. We know that the Chinese market is still young, although growing at a fair rate off a low base. The volumes are still fairly small compared to other markets, and South African operators will supply according to the growth in that market. But we do see it as an important market for South African avocados going forwards, given the growth in that market. So what are we able to supply into the different markets? In South Africa, we group our avocados into two large groups we call Hass type, which is the fruit that turns dark, and it is most well known in the international trade. It turns dark on its skin when ripening. And then we've got the green skin cultivars, which remain green when ripe. We also export these to Europe in particular. And for China, we are able to export all avocado types to China. Initially, we probably will only be doing Hass, which is the most well-known one into that market. But there is the opportunity to also export greenskins into that market. And that also said, depending on how each cultivar will stand up to the required methyl bromide fumigation that is required for the Chinese market, and also similarly for the Indian market. For the markets in Japan, we were only able to supply Hass fruit. So important to note that we do have variety, and even within the Hass grouping, we have Hass type fruit, which also looks very similar. Might be slightly earlier or later, or a little bit different in its eating characteristics, such as Maluma Hass, Carmen, Lamb Hass, and Gem. So all of those we are able to export to China and India.